Great question in the comments here about credit spread. So let's break this question down. And Matt's question has two different parts to it. First of all, what happens to your open P&L in a credit spread? Now, when you open a credit spread, your max profit is the capital that you received or the credit that you received, and your max risk is the width of the strikes minus the credit. And as price moves closer to your short strike, your open P&L is going to start to turn negative. You can see that on this graph right here, where the yellow line represents the price of that spread at expiration. The green curved line represents today's price, what this spread's value could be as of today. So the closer that price gets to your short strike, the more the spread is going to increase in value against you. But if price moves beyond that short strike, those losses are going to continue to grow until they eventually cap at your max risk. And that's the key. Your losses here don't just immediately jump to the maximum risk, right? They grow progressively as price approaches and moves through your strike. So yeah, there is a curve, and it steepens as price gets closer and then beyond your short strike. And it works the other way around too. Just because the price is above your strike doesn't mean you automatically have the max profit. You're going to see that profit grow as price moves further in your favor and as time passes. Now, part two of the question, how do you structure a trade so that you could target $50 profit? If your goal is to make $50 per spread, I would encourage you to start with the structure of that spread. A common rule is to close at 50% of max credit, and personally, I tweak that a little bit, as you can see from some of my other videos. But to keep the math simple here, let's use 50%. So if you want to make $50 on your spread, you should open a spread that collects around $1 in credit, and then plan to close that trade when the spread can be bought back for 50 cents, and there's your $50. It's clean, it's simple, but here's the really important part. I would caution you against collecting $1 by selling some ridiculously wide, far out of the money spread where you're risking $2,000 to make 100. It's going to give you a very high probability, but one loss is going to wipe out 20 winners, and that math just doesn't work. So instead, keep the spread width tight enough that your max risk stays inside a reasonable range. A couple $100 is far more sustainable than thousands. High probability doesn't mean anything if your risk isn't controlled. So that's how I would do it. Hopefully this helps. We'll see you guys next time.